have now reached the holiday season. We got ourselves a Saturday afternoon game, a Saturday special, that will take place on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. So, of course, this year the Lions will be playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Saturday. So they're playing the Buccaneers. Of course, Tampa Bay still battling for a playoff spot in the race for a wild card spot in the NFC. Because since they're pretty much too far behind the Saints to catch up. I believe the Saints can lock up the division this week with a win. And I believe the Saints are playing the Vikings on Christmas. So yeah, but the Tampa Bay can still make it on a wild card. So yeah, of course, this week, let's go through the matchup and take a look at it. So, of course, for the point spread, yeah, Tampa Bay is a pretty heavy favorite for this game. Tampa Bay is favored in this game by 9 points. Honestly, I'm not surprised it's double digits. I'm surprised it's not double digits. I thought it would have been at least 10 or 11 points, or hell, even 13 points. But 9? Interesting. Yeah, close enough, but still. In terms of the all-time head-to-head series, Detroit leads the all-time head-to-head series over Tampa Bay 31-28. In terms of Tampa Bay and Detroit on the road, home and on the road, Tampa Bay is 5-2 on the road this year. Detroit is 1-5 at home this year. Their only win at home has been against the Buccaneers. I mean, not the Buccaneers, the Washington football team. Or the No Skins. But yeah. And of course, Detroit, this game and next week's game are going to be at home, so they're done on the road this year. So every game, the rest of the season, will be at Ford Field. So let's look at the key players on the Buccaneers. So, of course, at quarterback for the Buccaneers, of course, you have the greatest QB to ever play the game. The GOAT, Tom Brady. And, of course, this being Brady's first year and on a different team, not in New England. I'll admit, though, even after almost one season of Brady in Tampa Bay, it's still a bit weird to see Brady not in a Patriots jersey. And Brady this year, after having the worst year of his career last year in New England, Brady's had a bounce-back year, which is very shocking. Like, did Brady make some deal with the devil to where he took 10 years off himself, and now he looks like he's in his prime again? And it's also, so Brady wasn't a system QB, and in fact he was the system in New England? Since the Patriots have really fallen apart without Brady. So yeah, that's been the biggest question though. Who was more responsible for New England's success, Brady or Belichick? Me personally, I'm gonna say both. Both were equally responsible and played their own part in it. Football is called a team sport for a reason. And let's be real, the Patriot way mainly consists of the three things. Brady, Belichick, Kraft. Those three pieces were the main reasons for the Patriots' success. You take one piece away, and everything tends to fall apart. But yeah, Brady's had a bounce-back year. Now, whether Brady can return to playoff Brady in this year, that will be yet to be seen. So, of course, I'm at the running backs. Ronald Jones, he's on the reserve/COVID list with a finger injury, so he's more than likely not going to play. But they have a solid plan B. Their plan B, of course, is former Jaguars running back Leonard Fournette, who's had a pretty okay season. Nothing spectacular, but nothing terrible. And, of course, the big key for them, of course, is at wide receiver. They got a lot of weapons at receiver. So the receivers, they got names like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and the rookie Tyler Johnson. And, of course, at tight end, it's the fossilized remains of Rob Gronkowski. The fucking Gronk. And oddly enough, Gronk is still healthy. He's not injured this year. So it turns out that him taking a year off and having some time in WWE somehow made him no longer injury prone. That is a bit of a shock. But hey, we're actually going to get the matchup after all. We are actually going to get Gronk versus Hawk. Gronkowski versus Hawkinson. First time ever, the fucking Gronk takes on the fucking Hawk. Who wants it more? And also for this game, there's still one more receiving weapon they have. Of course, the most polarizing player on their team. the clown slash diva, Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown has went through a bit of an interesting roller coaster ride since he was released by New England last year. Mainly, he was sent to jail, and of course, there was the whole thing with his girlfriend and it involved a bag of dicks. And then there was the whole battery thing where he threw rocks at a moving truck. And then there was the whole thing where he was just, okay, he's just an egotistic asshole. And then there was the whole thing where he decided to go to Le'Veon Bell rap and start his own rap career. With his big hit song, Whole Lot of Money. And of course, that song is the lead song on his album, No More White Women 2020. And here's the most hypocritical part of this. His album is called No White Women 2020. But in the music video for Whole Lot of Money is a bunch of white women. In other words, Antonio Brown is a bit of a hypocrite. And honestly, fuck that clown, by the way. I still hate Antonio Brown. He's a fucking clown. I'm glad the Lions never signed him. Anyone that wanted that clown is a fucking idiot. And then there's that whole thing for Antonio's antics that it could be CTE. But we won't know for sure if Antonio Brown has CTE or not until he's dead. Honestly, it wouldn't be shocking if he never did, if he doesn't have CTE, and that Antonio Brown is just a gigantuan fucking asshole. It wouldn't be shocking if he was just a douchebag. But yeah, anyway, continuing on though. So of course, for defensive linemen, of course, you have the nose tackle in the middle, Vita Vea, who has been a solid piece in that defensive line. And of course, at defensive end, you got William Golson, and of course, you have former Detroit Lion, Ndamukong Suh. And Suh's pretty much had a career revival with the Buccaneers. You know, when he was just a complete disaster in Miami. You know, he did have a bit of a resurgence in Los Angeles, even making the Super Bowl. And now he's pretty much had his career revived in Tampa Bay. You know, hey, you know, it's like a glove. It's like a glove. Like, when you go to a team, it's like a glove. Either you fit or you don't. Right now, Suh is fitting in with the Buccaneers. But yeah. And of course, for this game, their other piece in this rotation, Jason Pierre-Paul, he is questionable with a knee injury for this game. So of course, also in this game, also at linebackers, you got in the middle, you got Levante David, a solid piece in the middle, and of course you have Devin White, who's having a breakout year after having a slumping rookie season, but he's really lived up to it, so he's pretty much gone the TJ Hawkinson route this year on defense. And also an outside linebacker, along with JPP, who's questionable for this game, but they do got Shaquille Barrett there too. So of course, in terms of the safeties and defensive backs, for the corners, you got Carlton Davis and Jamal Dean. And of course, at safeties, you got Jordan Whitehead. And now Antonio Winfield Jr., the rookie, he is questionable for this game with a shoulder injury. So that's going to be interesting to see how he handles it. So, of course, in terms of the Buccaneers coaching staff, of course, you have at head coach, you have Gatsby Hat Bruce Arians, who's having a solid second season as the Buccaneers coach. Mainly, you'll end up looking good when you have Tom Brady as your quarterback. And the offensive coordinator for this crew is Byron Leftwich, and a defensive coordinator being Todd Bowles. So, overall, for the Buccaneers rankings this year, you have the Buccaneers offense is ranked 19th. They're 6th in the passing game, and their running game is tied for 28th. So yeah, they have issues running the ball, but when you have Brady back in form again and having a bounce back season, after, you know, I don't know if you really need a running game when you can just have Brady pick defenses apart as he chucks that pigskin with authority. And of course, on the Buccaneers, they do have a top 10 defense. They're ranked 10th. They're 25th against the pass, but they're the number 1 defense against the run. So running the ball against this defense is going to be a challenge. So yeah, DeAndre Swift's going to have his hands full in this game. But yeah. So yeah, that's going to be a really tough game. And of course, we all know the big news coming in. I'm going to get my thoughts on it real quick. when the Lions the other day announced that they fired special teams coordinator Braden Combs. All over because Braden Combs chose to ignore Darrell Bevell and go for a fake punt. One fake punt went rogue and he gets fired. And it was Darrell Bevell making that call, and Rod Wood approved of it. You know what? I'm just going to describe the Lions in a nutshell with this following clip.
You fucking look like rock stars, huh? And now we are a fucking bunch of wankers. Yeah, bunch of fucking clowns here.
Yeah, this was a pretty bonehead move. Like, honestly, Bevell should not have that kind of authority as an interim head coach. I understand cleaning house, but he should not have that authority as an interim coach. Like, Braden Combs' future with the team, it should be decided by the next head coach GM regimen that comes in. And hell, he's been one of the better coaches on this team this year. Hell, last year the Lions special teams was atrocious, and he's really improved the special teams. Like, you want to know how much the special teams improved this year? It improved enough to where we have a rookie punter in the Pro Bowl, in Jack Fox. That's how much special teams has improved. It's improved drastically from last year. Last year was a fucking abysmal. But yeah, of course, I guess with the Lions, it's simply put, if it ain't broke, then bash the shit out of it with a hammer and burn the remains. Like, this was pretty much a big spineless move. It's like, really? You fire your coach over one fake punt? And the only reason Bevell got pissed off over it was because it failed. Because if that fake punt was successful, Bevell wouldn't have said shit. It's alright, Darrell Bevell. You're gonna get the same treatment in 2 weeks after the season's over, because you ain't gonna be back next year. He's gonna be fired. It's the fact. But yeah, that was a bit of a spineless move there to fire the best coach on your team because of one call that rubbed you the wrong way. That's fucking stupid. Like, this team, like, it's funny how this team and fan bases preaches loyalty, but where the fuck is it? All I see from this is a bunch of backstabbing. It's a bunch of backstabbing and bullshit. Like, so yeah, for the Lions, if you really want to copy the Red Wings way by bringing in former players to be in your front office, here's a quick tip for you. Lesson number 1 of copying the Red Wings and skinning them alive. Actually learn what the fuck loyalty is. Because one of the big reasons why that works well with the Red Wings is simply loyalty. Loyalty and actually giving a shit about the players and employees. Like, let's be real. Most of the time, the Lions don't give a shit about their players and employees and only care about the bottom line. Like, the Forts and Rod Wood, they've never been football people and they've never bothered to give a damn to learn about it. But yeah, like, really the biggest part of your team is people. The players, the coaches, and all the personnel. Like, if you don't give a shit, like, to have a winning culture in a successful business, you have to care about the people and your employees. Like, if you don't care about the people aren't going to care about you. And they're not going to give a damn, and you're never going to get the best out of them. Like, if you care about your employees, they're going to care about you, and you're going to get the absolute best out of them day in and day out. Like, throughout the last decade or so, it seems like the only player this franchise ever cares about is Matt Stafford. And in turn, Stafford has cared about this franchise through thick and thin, carried this team on his back for 12 years, and has given his absolute best over the last 12 years. Only for this dumbass fan base to keep constantly stabbing in the back over petty bullshit. And other stupid shit that I've went over multiple times, not just me being a dead horse over it. But yeah. And sadly, one guy isn't going to carry a team of 55 players. I'm sorry. If you're expecting Stafford to single-handedly carry this team, you're a fucking dumbass. Alright, this is not the NBA, where one guy can single-handedly carry a team of overpaid scrubs. Cough, cough, LeBron James, Cleveland 2018, cough, cough. But yeah, it's like, this franchise is so two-faced. Like, one moment they look like they know what the hell they're doing, and the next moment they look like absolute fucking jackasses. Like, I'm willing to give Sheila 4 to 3 to 5 years to turn this thing around, but if I don't like the direction this team is going in 5 years, then yeah, I'd be on the bandwagon for the Fords to sell the team. I would be on the wagon, but I'm going to give her a chance to prove herself. Since she's only been the owner for 1 year. And she mainly inherited a mess of Martha Ford's. So I'm willing to give Sheila a fair shot. But yeah, like, really, this team needs to get their shit together and change this culture. But yeah, and of course, for this game, we're not even sure who the head coach is going to be, though, for this game. Since a majority of the Lions coaching staff is now being placed on the COVID list, including Darrell Bevell. Well, Bevell, normally I would feel sorry for you in this situation. But if you indeed did test positive for COVID, honestly, you deserve it after that spineless move on Braden Combs. Honestly, Bevell deserved it. Because Bevell, this is called karma. You pull spineless shit, now you win stupid prizes. This is what happens when you're a spineless snake. The football gods will punish you for it because they're cruel bastards. But yeah. And of course, the Lions wrapping up some more GM meetings, of course, with Thomas Dimitroff, and of course, Louis Riddick, who everyone is high on, which I really sort of don't understand the hype. Like, after doing some research on Louis Riddick, I'm sort of meh on him. Like, if he ends up being a GM, I won't be too pissed about it. But he did make a point that I think everyone agrees with by saying that the Lions organization, that Stafford didn't fail the Lions organization, that the organization failed Stafford. And that's true. The organization did fail Stafford by not putting a complete team around him for 12 years. Mainly because the last 12 years, the Lions organization plan has been simply, let's just let Matt Stafford carry us to relevance and see where it takes us. Let's hope that he can carry a 55-man team of overpaid scrubs. Even though this is not the NBA, but fuck it, who gives a damn? What could possibly go wrong? But yeah, and hell, the good news for Stafford, everybody, is that Matt Stafford finally has a Pro Bowl offensive lineman, since Frank Ragnow has made the Pro Bowl this year. Only took the Lions 12 years to draft a Pro Bowl offensive lineman. Also, Hawkinson makes the Pro Bowl this year. And just like that, all the TJ Hawkinson haters have all went silent. Or have stopped hating. Hey TJ, nothing better than silencing your haters. Like, hey, I think we all said Hawkinson was going to have a breakout year. This is just the icing on the cake. He has had a good year. Honestly, though, I honestly think that Romeo Okwara, he got snubbed out of it. I think Okwara should have made the Pro Bowl, to be honest. And I would say the same deal with Taylor Decker, because Taylor Decker's had a really good year. But I feel like he got snubbed out of it, too. But yeah, it is what it is, no. But hey, the Lions got 3 Pro Bowlers. So looks like we don't need we don't even need Slay after all. And from what I know, Slay didn't even make the Pro Bowl this year, so his streak of making the Pro Bowl in consecutive years is over. Well, Slay, it's not as easy being successful out of Detroit now, is it? But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much everything there. So yeah, and yeah, we won't even know though if this game's going to be on Saturday or what. Because there's been, of course, reports that this game could be postponed and moved to maybe Monday night or Sunday or even Tuesday. We could get Tuesday night football. You know, we don't know really the status of this game or who the coach is going to be. I imagine Stafford's going to once again play in this game and tough it out through the broken rib cartilage and all that, since Stafford's the toughest son of a bitch on this team. But yeah, with all the uncertainty on this game and uncertainty on the lines, because we don't even know who the coach is going to be now. So yeah, with all that uncertainty, I'm just going to take Tampa Bay for this game. I think Tampa Bay is going to pretty much cover the spread. Like, the Lions are just completely done. Like, they're just completely out of it. Like, Tampa Bay's just going to completely outmatch them. So yeah, I think the safest pick in this game would be the Buccaneers. I'm going to take Tampa Bay to cover. And I know any given Sunday, and I know the Jets won last week against the Rams, and I know the Bengals beat the Steelers. I know all that, and I know any good team can have a bad day. But there's too much uncertainty, and yeah, too many question marks on the line, so I think Tampa Bay would be the safest bet to go with. But I mean, I pretty much where Tampa Bay is this year. It's kind of where I expected them to be. It was around where I expected them. I expected them around 10-6, 11-5. They're around that range in the wild card race. I didn't think they were going to be the top team in the league. Honestly, I was right in saying they were overhyped, and I think this year has really proved it. I think they were extremely overhyped. But yeah, where Tampa Bay is right now, it's where I expected them to be at the start of the year. So maybe picking Tampa Bay to make the wild card this year was a good bet. But yeah. Anyway, though, I think I'm done rambling on with this. But yeah, and, I'll go over all the possible GM candidates there is at during the off season. And yeah, with the way the Lions have been this year, yeah, I'm definitely doing the trash talk video on the Lions, just to show everyone what the real issue has been with the Lions. And plus, in that trash talk video, I'm going to show Judah Tribe how you trash talk the Lions properly, since he needs an ass whooping real bad. But yeah, anyway, I'm done with this. Hope everyone's a great day, and yeah, peace. And of course, for all these Lions fans here, these toxic Lions fans, I'm going to give them the Christmas gift they all enjoy. And that is the gift of the NASCAR heavyweight champion C-Rad. And yeah, and also Pistons basketball comes back tonight. Hallelujah. At least we're gonna have some. At least gonna have some to watch today. Watch harder than the Lions since the Lions season's over. And Red Wings hockey comes back in mid-January. So yay, more sports. Yay.